Good morning, friends. Time for section 2. We're going to start out on the floor just a little bit, just to get the morning going. I don't know if you can see me. I have my phone propped up because I want to do some standing postures today. So let's just place our hands on our knees and just feel yourself grounded into the floor. Take some deep breaths in and out. And then let's bring our hands to the sides, and I may not have enough room here, so I'm gonna scoot, I'm gonna scoot back. Maybe you can see me better here. But we're just gonna do some simple inhaling, hands touch. And when you're at the end of that inhale, we're gonna exhale and float the hands down. Let's just do this easy. Inhale and exhale. And now bring the right hand to the left knee and place your left hand just at your side and just look towards that left shoulder. We'll take a few breaths here, in and out. Just real gentle. Let's come back to center and let's drop our heads down and bring them back up. And now bring your left hand to your right knee and just place your right hand to the side, and let's just look at the kind of down at that right hand, at your shoulder, just wherever you feel a yummy little easy stretch, nothing drastic. We want to be kind to ourselves. I'm doing this in the morning, so for me, my body takes a while to warm up. And let's come back to center. And let's bend our knees. And hold on to your knees. Just kind of lay your chest on it. On your knees. Just wherever you're at is great. And if you just want to nod your head down, let all that tension melt away. You have your thighs to support you. And if you can find your way down to your knees, if you find a spot with your chin, or even if you're just here and just drop your head and just like wanting to release all that tension in your neck, and rock your head from side to side. And then let's go ahead and lean our left ear, or right ear, to your right knee. And see if you can get a nice stretch in there. And then let's switch left ear to left knee. And I am gonna do a little cat and cow. I'm feeling a little stiff in my back, and maybe you are too. So let's just come to a tabletop. Go from here, and we're gonna drop our bellies all the way down. Oh boy, I do feel that. So inhale, let's see, wait. Inhaling, and then as you exhale, we're gonna press the back up into an arch. And exhaling fully, and then inhaling, dropping that belly down. Tail and the head are up. And then exhaling, arching. Oh, nice and juicy. And let's do a neutral back, and let's just circle our hips to the right. And now let's reverse to the left. And then let's slowly come to a standing position. And roll up slowly. And then what I'd like to do here is have our feet shoulder width apart. Arms down at the sides. This is one I don't normally do. It's the mountain pose, and it's simple and yet stoic. And you just have your hands by the side, have those fingertips pointing down, feeling your feet grounded into the floor. Wiggle your toes around. Make sure that they're flat on the floor. Maybe roll the toes up, curl heels up. Just kind of get your bearing. And then we're going to take an inhale up overhead, up on your toes. And my balance isn't great. My feet aren't great. And that's okay. We are where we are today. And then as you exhale, we're going to come to the left. And let's just take a nice light hold around that right wrist. I'm not even pulling that hard, but I really do feel a nice extension through here, even all the way to my glutes. So now let's come inhale back up, and let's see if we can get up on those toes. Are we a little stronger this time? A little bit. And then as you exhale, let's come to the right, and let's put a light hold around that wrist. And then we'll float the arms down. And now let's roll the shoulders up and back. Bring your left fingertips to your left shoulder, and let's roll backwards for 4. And whoops, I guess I did frontwards. Now I'm doing backwards. And now let's reverse. So now on the right, fingertips on your shoulder, and let's roll that shoulder forward for 4 counts. And back. And now I'm going to turn to the side, but we're going to have our feet wider than shoulder width apart. And we're going to turn the right toes out. Our feet are at a 90-degree angle. Let's bend that right knee, extending that back leg out. If you can tighten it, great. If not, don't even worry about it. But we're just at this bended knee, extended back leg, and then we're going to bring our arms out into a T. So look from fingertip to fingertip. You really want this to be a straight line. And then also, we want to draw that belly button in. And let's take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the back hand to meet the front. Palms are going to face each other, and we're going to exhale fully. And then as we inhale, let's float those fingertips up towards the ceiling and slightly behind for a mini back bend. And then as we exhale, we're going to float the fingertips down and around slightly behind us. Press your chest out for the standing swan. Let's just breathe in and out, 4 breaths. And the lovely thing about yoga is you are where you are, and it's perfectly fine. However, the deeper your breath, the more you can access those tight spots. So now let's bring that right elbow to the right knee. Ooh, feeling that lovely stretch. And then let's bring the left arm over our heads. We'll just hang out here for about 4 counts. And now we're going to pull that back arm like a lever, bring us back up, straighten the legs, float the arms down, and let's pivot the toes out front. So now we're going to have our hands at heart, inhaling arms up, exhaling, floating the arms down, and then inhaling, rolling the shoulders up, exhaling, rolling the shoulders back. So now we're going to do the left side. So again, our feet are wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to turn the left toes out at a 90-degree angle. We're going to bend that left knee, extending the back leg. If you want to tighten it, you can get a little bit more, but this is fine. If you just want to have that leg back out there, that's fine. We're going to bring the arms out into a T. So fingertips, we're straight. We're like a T. And then we're going to draw that belly in and just look over your middle fingertips. It's where the gaze focus is. And now let's take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the back hand around. Palms are going to face each other. And at the end of that exhale, we're gonna inhale, fingertips up towards the ceiling, slightly behind you for a mini back bend. And then as you exhale, floating the fingertips down and around and slightly behind you, pressing that chest out for a proud swan pose. And we'll take 4 breaths in and out here. And then release the hands, straighten the legs, pivot the toes back out front. Hands at heart, inhaling, arms up overhead, exhaling, floating the arms down. And now what I'd like to do is bend in half, both palms on the floor. And then we're gonna inhale the left arm up, exhale down. Then we'll inhale the right arm up and exhale down. And let's just do 3, excuse me, 3 more on each side. So I'm at 2, and this is 3. Excuse me. Okay, and hands are on the floor. Let's go ahead and bend the knees and place our elbows on our knees. And we'll just kind of do a squat. At some point, I'd like to do it real low, but this is just a good spot to start. And let's straighten up. And now we're going to do the triangle pose. So back to the right side. Feet are still wider than shoulder width apart. Turning the right toes out. So we're at that 90-degree angle. We're going to have our arms out in a T. We're not going to, and this time, the front arm, we're going to flip over. We're not bending this knee. We're keeping it straight. Flipping that palm over, pulling the back arm like a lever, and bringing the right arm up overhead for a side stretch. And then as you exhale, we're going to cartwheel down to a triangle pose. And your gaze can be up at the fingertips, up at your hands in the sky. It can be out center. It can be down at your foot, whatever is most comfortable to you. The important thing is that you really don't want to rely on this. We don't want to rely too much on this leg. It's just a lovely little triangle, and boy, I do feel that. So let's use our left arm to pull us up like a lever. We'll do a nice little side stretch. Exhale down, pivot the toes out in front. Hands at heart, inhaling, arms up overhead, exhaling, floating the arms down. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders up, exhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down, chin to chest. Let's rock the chin from shoulder to shoulder. And now let's switch to our left side. So feet again, wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to turn those left toes out, and we're going to be at our 90-degree angle. Have arms out in our T. Flip that front palm over. Pull the back arm like a lever for a side stretch. Inhaling deeply. And as you exhale, let's cartwheel down to our triangle pose. Sometimes I pop, sometimes I don't. It just feels really nice and juicy to just really allow our bodies to help us stretch. Sorry, I'm not looking at you. But again, you can look up, you can look out, you look down at your toes, whatever's comfortable for you, really. And then let's pull that back arm as a lever to come up for another little mini side stretch. Float that arm down, pivot the toes out to center. Hands at heart, inhaling, arms up overhead, exhaling, floating the arms down. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders up and back. Exhaling, chin to chest. And now let's bring our feet in together and let's shake them out. Shake them out, shake them out. And I like to kind of roll the toes a little. I wore high heels and I was really mean to my feet, so I really like to try and give them as much love as I can. Let's even up on your tiptoes, right? And the heels. And let's lift the heels again. We did this a little earlier. And now lift the toes a little bit. Ooh. Okay, and now I would like to do breath of joy. We did circle of joy yesterday, but today I'd like to do breath of joy. This will kind of help us wake up and stretch some yummy stuff out. So what we'll do is we inhale, 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 and then we exhale and just make a real guttural sound. So I'm gonna show you. So we go. Okay, so we're gonna do 8 of these. So let's go. I lost count, but I think this is 8. Oh, good. And now let's, feet are shoulder width apart, but we're going to do some empty coat sleeves. So it's literally what it sounds like. And we're just kind of imagining that our coat sleeves are too long and we're just flopping from side to side. Just an easy little move from side to side. And now if you want to challenge yourself just a little, get a little better stretch, you can come up on those toes. I don't know if you can see mine, but I'm kind of twisting and I'm up on my toes like that. Oh gosh, maybe this wasn't a great video for feet, but in any event, feels nice. And now we're gonna do our flute player. So, let's see, I don't think I have enough room this way. So what we do for the flute player, we're gonna be feet shoulder width apart. I'm gonna back up so you can see my feet. Feet are shoulder width apart. And we're gonna cross the left over the right. We're gonna bring our arms to flute player to the left as we turn our heads to the right. And let's take 4 nice deep breaths here, in and out. And then drop the arms, uncross the legs, shake it out a little. And now, of course, we have to be even, so let's place that weight on the left foot this time. We're gonna cross the right over the left. We're gonna bring our arms to the flute player on the right and turn our heads to the left. And the idea here is if you feel like you're gonna fall over, just play your flute and that'll distract you and help you from falling over. And then we're gonna drop our arms, uncross the legs. And let's do hands at heart, inhaling arms up overhead, floating the arms down. Inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling the shoulders back and down. And now we're gonna do a delicious little move called lightning bolt. So our feet are gonna be shoulder width apart and we're gonna bend the knees slightly and then bring our arms up. So this is also known as the awkward pose or the chair pose. And you can see it's kind of like I'm sitting in a chair. We kind of did something similar there earlier, but this is our lightning bolt. Now the delicious part of this lightning bolt is that we face our faces out and then roll our eyeballs up towards the ceiling and give our eyeballs a nice little stretch. And let's straighten up, bring the arms down. And then this is gonna end the portion of 2. So I would like to come to a seated position. You can do crisscross applesauce. I'm gonna do hero pose, so I'm just sitting on my knees. And I just wanna thank you so much for spending this time with me this morning, and I hope you feel a little bit better. And let's place our hands at in the prayer position, and may the light in me see the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, friends.